Hi, welcome back to my channel, English Excellence with Chaya. It's so good to have you back here. Basically, whenever someone asks us, how are you? Typically our response is, I'm fine or I'm good. We are usually not able to think of phrases or terms beyond these ordinary phrases, which sometimes don't even depict the reality of the situation. So let's learn some 10 smart ways to respond to these basic questions or conversational questions, typically how are you, and also sound natural in the process. Let's dive straight into this video. Now, why does it really matter to sound natural and fluent in everyday conversations? Basically, when you are sounding natural in daily conversations, then you sound more confident as an individual. People think of you as someone who is, very used to speaking the English language or very fluent or kind of having a command over the language. But these smart phrases can very easily be incorporated in your daily conversations, and that's how they sound natural. So, I highly recommend the use of these phrases. And truth be told, these actually also depict the actual situation sometimes, instead of saying I'm good, I'm fine all the time, which might not really, make sense simply because that's not the reality of the situation. Sometimes you're overburdened with work, you want to respond, that as your response, or probably, sometimes you're not feeling so well and still you end up saying I'm fine, I'm okay, I'm good. Again, not the true depiction of what you want to convey. So, how do you sound natural? How do you sound actually genuine or credible in your responses? Let's learn these 10 interesting and daily conversational phrases. So, the all important question, how are you? And our response to it. Let's start with the first one. If you're having a tough day, but you're trying to stay positive and also convey the same, you can say, I'm hanging in there, or I'm just about hanging in there. This catchy phrase indicates that you're having a tough time, you're, kind of struggling, but yet holding on to some element of hope. So I'm hanging in there, the most catchy phrase to indicate that you are someone who's hopeful that you'll survive or you'll make it out of this. When you had a very hectic day, and probably someone is asking you this question, how are you doing? At that point, to indicate your eventful life, you can say, oh, don't ask. I've been on my toes all day. I've been keeping busy. Again, a very interesting manner of conveying the fact. I'll repeat it. Oh, don't ask. I've been on my toes all day and I have been keeping busy. There you go. You have actually elaborated and explained that you have a very eventful life. When you probably signed up for some commitment and now you're in the thick of things, and someone at that very moment ends up asking you, so how are you holding up? How are you doing? Your response could be, as you can see, I'm neck deep in work, yet I can't complain. So, I can't complain indicates that you asked for it, you invited it, and kind of are enjoying it as well. But it also indicates that you are in the thick of things, because you also mentioned a phrase indicating that you are neck deep in things. So, the entire phrase was, I'll repeat it. As you can see, I'm neck deep in things, but yet I can't complain. When you're having a casual day, not too hectic, not too overburdened, that is the right time to use this expression. When someone asks you, how are you? You could say, not too bad actually, which means things are going just right. Nothing out of place, nothing jittery yet. So, not too bad actually is a very good way or casual expression to indicate things are just fine. One sure short way to prolong the conversation or to take the conversation ahead is when you ask back the same question after you have responded to the question. So, for example, even when you say, I'm fine, I'm good, or not too bad actually, you could ask back, how about you? So, when you say, how about you, you're actually taking the conversation ahead. So, normally that indicates that you're being polite and you're being a conversationalist. So, the full phrase would be, not too bad actually. How about you? So, when you are in the mood to prolong the conversation, you probably have the time to understand the other person's situation. This is a good way to ask back their situation. But don't ask them the same question. As in, don't say, not too bad actually. How are you? Don't ask back the same question. How about you is a more refined way of responding to this question. When your mood is upbeat, it should reflect in your response. So you could probably say, too good actually, things are going quite well. So whenever your response to something like, how are you is more in the upbeat zone, typically when someone in a senior position asks you, it's a very positive response to give. You could say, things are going pretty well, everything's under control. That means you're in command, you're positive, you're optimistic, and it reflects in your response as well. When a friend or a colleague casually asks you this question, and there is nothing out of the ordinary happening, you can always say, well, nothing new at my end. It's the same old stuff. How about you? So you actually gave a very casual, polite response indicating the truth of the situation. Nothing new at my end, same old stuff. And you also took the conversation ahead by asking right back, how about you? When you want to say something on a lighter note, you could probably express it as, been better, but you know what? Been worse as well. So not complaining. So there you go. You gave both ends of the spectrum. You're trying to say you're in a tough spot. So I have been better, which indicates that you've been better earlier. But you're also saying that there have been days which have been worse, which is indicated by the phrase been worse. So the whole sentence goes as, been better, but you know what? Also been worse. So not complaining. When you're having a tough day and you're also wanting to acknowledge someone, checking in on you. So when someone kind of probably texts or reaches out to you on a very busy day, and you want to sound polite and not really shoot them down, you could start your sentence with, busy as always, but yes, thanks for checking in. So that's how you can sound polite and also acknowledge that, you loved the fact that the person cared enough to check in. When everything seems to be going, wrong, things are not going your way, and somebody at that very moment reaches out to you to check on your well-being, I think an apt phrase there would be, where your survival instincts kick in. And you say, oh, don't ask, it's been a tough day, but I think I'll survive. So you indicated the gravity of the situation by saying, it's a tough day, you also are acknowledging that it's not easy. But at the same time, you ended on an optimistic note, probably for your own self as well, by saying, I think I'll survive. So don't ask, it's been a tough day, but I think I'll survive. You heard all the phrases. You probably found them interesting too. But till you don't start learning them or imbibing them in your vocabulary, it's not going to sound natural, because these are phrases which ought to be, learned, practiced, and then applied in real life. Try with the smallest circle where, you're comfortable making mistakes even. So I would highly recommend that you learn these phrases first, okay? Practice it, with your language buddy, or probably, you could use it in or try it on some immediate family member who would not really judge you for your mistakes. When you feel comfortable, start using them in the real world. But it's only practice that makes perfect. So if you think that you've heard these phrases and that's enough, then I won't recommend that you should even try it out there. It's something that you need to practice on a repeat mode till you start feeling comfortable using them outside. It's that important that you should learn them and only then apply them. The situation also matters. So understand the situation well. Go through the clip again, go through the lesson again, understand the situation well. And at the back of your mind, you should be clear that if given this situation, this is the particular phrase I will use. Just to be amply clear, if the situation is that, the day is extremely hectic and, you're completely swamped, and there you say, not too bad actually, the one of the phrases we learned, not really an apt depiction of the situation. So here, I think a more apt response would be busy as always, but thanks for checking in. So this is a more apt response here because it indicates the gravity of your situation aptly. So not just understanding the phrases or learning the phrases, but the situation really matters. So for example, there are times when you want to convey the intensity of the situation and indicate both sides of the spectrum. So in such situations, you could say been better, but at the same time, you know what, been worse as well, so nothing really to complain about. So I would highly advocate three things. A, go through the lesson on a repeat mode. Practice one phrase at a time or pick up one phrase at a time and apply it in your real life situations. Second recommendation, try with a smaller circle. Don't immediately apply it at places where you feel you're, worried about judgment. Make sure you're successful in using them first in a smaller environment, in a known environment, in a familiar environment, and then apply it in the real world. And my last suggestion would be that don't just think about the phrases, think about the situation and which one you would like to apply in that situation. That's when this will work wonders. So, these top 10 phrases definitely will make you sound like, native English speakers, basically simply because they are natural. They are, they come in the course of the conversation, they flow through, the words literally flow through your mouth, okay? It's not structured or formal sounding, they have a beautiful flow to them. And that's exactly what will make you sound like a good conversationalist. So go ahead and learn these phrases and don't hesitate to apply them once you have mastered them. And you will surely impress your listeners. Okay? So till then, happy learning at English Excellence with Chaya.